I used to be so not confident in my English and I'm scared to be speaking in English especially to ฝรั่ง whenever I see like a ฝรั่งหัวทอง oh my god my ลิ้นแข็ง We usually come in pack of 5 ของพี่กาย right I would define him as laser focus
laser focused ว้าวดูดี
He's a very laser อ้าวเหรอเธอกำลังจะพยายามพูด negative เหรอ
Kirin, the oldest one.
Yeah.
He's 10 right now, taking all these vitamins, sleeping at 8:30.
Yeah.
for a 10-year-old that's
For a 10-year-old
Yeah.
super
And this is not, we're not telling him to do this. He's asking to do this.
wow
Everyone knows ว่าถ้าเถียงในล่าเนี่ยยอมแพ้ไปก่อนดีกว่า
and how about Aden
Aden
Yeah.
Aden is like
man.
he's a rare item
where item
ลูกออกมาจากตรงไหน
บ้า
มั่วแล้ว
พูดไปเรื่อยนะ
Look at this. How's this?
ลูกขาทำไมมันมีรูปแบบทำไมมันมีรูปรูของหนูลูก
or is this even yours
เนี่ยแล้วเขาก็เลยบอกว่าทำไมเหรอคะมัมในล่าไม่เคยเห็นรูปตัวเองมัมเคยเห็นเหรอคะมันเป็น like
ว่ะจริงว่ะผมคืนนั้นผมก็เลยกลับขึ้นไปบนห้อง เฮ้ยไหนลองดูสิ ไม่เห็นว่ะ
เราก็ไม่เคยเจอกันมาก่อน1 2 3
สวัสดีครับอันนี้พี่บิ๊กนี่
เราไม่เคยเจอพี่
Oh my gosh
คุณคือฮารุกับกาย oh my
ไม่เค
god
ยทักกันมาก่อน
this is so not planned
not planned but so planned
ฮารุกับกายสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
nice so nice of you to join us today at คำนี้ดีครับ
ค่ะ
ครับผมครับ thank you for having us
Well, actually, this is one of not so many times that I get to only see only 2 of you because we mostly see 5 of you guys
We
together.
usually come in pack
Chai.
of 5
Pack 5, but they're not with us today.
They're-
Where are they?
They are at school, the last day of school actually today,
Okay.
before their summer break. So they should be ending school at around
12
12 today.
I see.
And then
Okay.
2 more months of
Yeah.
torture.
Yeah, so summer break for parents, not so fun.
No,
huh?
Not so fun.
not so fun
Yeah.
ปิดเทอมปัดเหงื่อ
จริงครับโหเรารู้สึกว่าเคยมีแบบ there's the idea that maybe in the future there will be no school at all so that's not good news for you
No,
guys right
that's disaster แน่นอน disaster 100%
well we parents do need some time off
but there's
for their
parents
kids.
ที่ทำ homeschool นะคะ
okay
appreciate แบบเก่งมาก they're great they can
Yeah,
do
we
homeschool
admire them, right?
yeah we admire them so much
It's amazing. Like we know a lot of kids that do homeschooling, and the parents teach, and I always ask them the question, how? Like, it's not how to stay with their kids like 24 hours, but how do you teach your own kid
without fighting
with like
okay
without like
right,
having
right.
conflict
right
Yeah.
because it's almost like we have to switch the mode from being parents into teachers
Exactly.
and do we even need to do that or how is it even done right
yeah
It's a very good topic, and I think the parents can elaborate so much more if you get to speak with them. It's amazing.
yeah so you guys are not considering homeschooling your own kids
not and never
never okay that's good all right because actually we don't need to there's a lot of things that can help us there's a technology there's other people other experts that they can help so why do it all by yourself right
Yeah, true.
yeah well one very special thing for this episode is that we don't get to see both of you speak English that often because you don't need to because you're working in a Thai society like the
community.
Thai
Yeah.
showbiz and there's no need for English speaking so today is very special
It is very special, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Like for the past couple years, what has happened was like I get to speak English a lot more here in Thailand, in events, doing MCs, on shows. So I think I'm seeing a different path into the second language, the third language in our Thai society.
And that's good news, right?
Yeah.
that's
It's
good
more
news.
diverse and it's more universal. It's more international. Yeah, who knows? Like who are watching us on all the social media or on YouTube? We don't know. Maybe they're from like other countries. So
Yeah.
it's great exposure. Yeah. And Haru, we don't get to see you speak English almost at all.
Almost at all.
Yeah.
Cause I used to be so not confident in my English, and I'm scared to be speaking in English, especially to ฝรั่ง Whenever I see like a ฝรั่งหัวทอง oh my god, my ลิ้นแข็ง
I understand the feeling.
I used to have that feeling, but now, okay, I don't mind speaking wrong grammar and as long as I can communicate and the other person understand what I'm trying to say.
And that's the best.
Yeah.
What has changed?
Maybe I see a lot of people who speaks English with lesser vocab than I have, but they have that courage to speak.
Right.
Yeah, that
The
builds
courage and the confidence is so
Yeah.
important, right?
Yeah, so
You don't need
important.
to know like 3,000 Oxford word.
No,
But you
no.
can just have fun with
Yes.
talking with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's the best. I know it's going to be so much fun with both of you guys here. All right. So I want to start us off with something fun, light, and random. So
Okay.
this is called one word or more ขอหนึ่งคำนะครับ หรือมากกว่าหนึ่งคำก็ได้ Okay. So one word for each of the family members. You can define each other,
Each other.
and then the parents can define their kids
Okay.
with one word for each.
ของพี่กาย right
Uh-huh.
I would define him as laser focus
Laser focused. Wow.
ดูดี
he's
ว่ะ
a very laser อ้าวเหรอเธอกำลังจะพยายามพูด negative เหรอเอาดีนะเนี่ยหนูเริ่มก่อนเนี่ย
Wouldดีที่เริ่ม on the good note so he can follow
yeah
with the same vibe. Okay. So laser
laser
focus.
focus
Okay.
defines him so well
Uh-huh.
he's very laser focused on stuff he wants to do but he's interested in that sounds good right
Yeah.
but sometimes being too laser focused can be negative too
Because
sometimes when you become too laser focused you forget stuff around you
you
Yeah.
kind of zone out
Yeah, you
basically.
zone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you create-
tune
he-
everything off.
he creates stress to himself when he
okay.
becomes too laser focused
I see.
but that's his strength and weakness
กำลังจะบอกเลยตอนแรกมันดี
ไม่ใช่แต่
ทำไมอ
strength
ธิบายแล้วมันแย่วะ
ไม่ใช่แต่มันเป็น strength เหมือนกัน I
Yeah.
think he's succeeding in a lot of stuff แบบ career life in อะไรอย่างเงี้ยทุกอย่างอะ mostly from being so laser focused that's also his strength too
Yeah. So how do you feel when you just heard that?
It's true. It's true. I'm laser focused on every activity that I'm interested in. Sports, work, everything. Kids, like สมมติกีฬา sports. หลายๆคนจะรู้ว่าแบบ I've done boxing,
Right.
Muay Thai, marathon, and whenever I'm into something, my schedule is like crazy, and even my staffs, they know that they don't want to mess with me during a period that I'm so focused, because if I have like a Monday through Saturday schedule of training and anything interrupts that อารมณ์แบบ อย่างนี้เลย
Yeah.
แล้ว
that's the bad side of
Yeah,
being
that's
too
the-
laser focused
Yeah. The good side is I get the results.
Yeah, you get things done.
Yeah, I get
the way
things
that you
done.
want it.
But
Yeah.
that it comes with a cost. But I think now I've managed to balance it so much better because of her help. คือฮารุจะพูดตลอดว่าแบบ hey แบบ take a step back แล้วแบบลองดูซิว่ายังไง
Yeah.
are you stressed out
You're
And
way too tense now.
And then I'm able to evaluate myself I have a mirror and I get to see myself my own reflection and I use that as a tool now to improve and it's actually worked out even better เพราะว่า when I'm less stressed ideas starts to flow more ก็เลยคิดว่าแบบ she's helped me balance that แล้วก็เป็นเรื่องที่ดี
Yeah, I think that's exactly what everybody needs, a mirror person to help you see clearer of how you're being at the moment. Yeah, so you can adjust or wow, that's a great word to start with. Yeah, laser focus.
Laser focus.
Any word for her?
Oh my god. Tick tock, tick.
I would say joyful
Joyful. Wow, that's very positive.
yeah
Any downside to that word?
no
Wow. Okay.
No, I think
All right.
I think having a joyful person around the house all the time can only be beneficial. Whenever the kids are stressed, whenever I'm stressed about whatever, you know, we always have someone to like, hey, it's okay, ไม่เป็นไรอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็หัวเราะง่าย Whatever we do, she laughs, and everyone knows her laugh. ก็เลย
We all do. Yeah.
So I think that's a very good trait in her, and I think laughing is anti-aging also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it just gets all the bad stuff out and keep all the good stuff in. But then at the same time, while she's being so joyful, she's also serious about work. In the house, we have like an analytic person like me that try to put logic into everything. And
There's
then
protocols.
Yeah.
To do 1, 2, 3.
and then we have like the creative person over here that uses emotions and feelings as the engine to drive everything. So I think it's a good balance between us two.
Cannot think of better combination. You need
There
you do
probably
need
are
both.
better combinations, but it works for us.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that word that he just gave you?
Wow.
Do you agree
Thank
with what he
you.
said?
Yeah, I think so. I'm an easygoing person. I smile a lot. I laugh a lot. Like
Until she doesn't go easy.
I usually say ไม่เป็นไรโอเคเฮ้ยไม่เป็นไรเป็นคำพูดติดปากit's okay no problem but in the same time sometimes
It comes and bite you in the ass.
yes it comes and bite me in the ass because ความแบบไม่เป็นไรใจดีอะไรอย่างเงี้ย but I think it's a combination like พี่กาย said we have like a very emotional person who judge stuff by using emotion before logic sometimes and I think it's good and I appreciate having the logic side because sometimes emotion cannot win logic sometimes you have to have this kind of person beside who's someone who's super emotional
Now the parents have to give each of their kids a word. So
For
oldest to youngest,
Kirin, the oldest one,
Yeah.
he's 10 right now. I would say he's determined. So determination would be the word for him.
Oh, okay.
He's a very determined, very, very similar to me.
he's like a cloning of Guy Rachan it's like a cloning of him
Yeah.
Like
So when did you start to see his determination?
when he started being,
very into football
yeah,
I see how like he takes it very serious in like discipline
in the training, everything is just
see.
so disciplined.
yeah
Like training doesn't mean แบบ
what's เสียสละ in Thai
Yes. Sacrifice?
sacrificing his playtime
okay.
sacrificing what he likes to eat but it's not good for his health I see all those stuff in him
Yeah.
when it comes
Taking-
to football
taking all these vitamins
yeah
sleeping at 8:30
yeah
For a 10-year-old,
for a
that's
10-year-old
Yeah.
super.
I know and
Yeah.
eating the right carbs eating the right
Wow.
proteins eating the right fibers
Okay.
going to the gym 3 times a week not including training and this is not we're not telling him to do this he's
Wow.
asking to do this
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
sometimes we have to like
tell him to like yo
rest
Take it easy, dude.
let's
man.
go let's go to swim let's go to hang let's go to do other stuff like,
he'll be like okay but can I do like a
This
private
first?
session and then go อะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันคือแบบ he's so determined and it's been going on for
2 years
365 days no it's been going on for 2 years straight
Wow.
yeah
That's amazing.
every day 2 years even resting is training for him ก็เลยแบบ
yeah
มันสุดยอดมากที่จะเห็น
สุดยอด
เด็กคนหนึ่งแบบ
Yeah. Do you think it's because he actually enjoys this lifestyle or he wants to win at something?
he wants
What is the ultimate goal of this?
the goal is to be a footballer
Okay.
That's
so
his
he's
goal.
got a clear goal.
he's got a very clear
And he
goal
knows how he can achieve that.
yeah
Yeah, well, with our help and support, he's got a clearer understanding of how to get there. I mean, we don't know. We're ก็ไม่เคยเตะบอลไม่เคยเป็น professional
Yeah.
อะไรมาก่อนเหมือนกัน
Yeah.
but เราก็พยายามที่สุดใช่ไหมครับ แต่แบบเขาพยายามกว่าเราอีกอ่ะ
we are there to guide him to like ลองอันนี้ไหมทำอันนี้ไหม let's do this that I heard ว่าอันนี้ทำแล้วดีนะ
Yeah.
you wanna try
and he does like
and he's like yeah there's ไม่มีอะไรจะเสีย let's do it
ไม่เคย
yeah.
งอแงแบบ you know his weekly ice bath it's cold man I
God,
hate
he
it
does ice bath.
yeah
Wow.
you know trigger point massages every week like
And he's 10.
I know.
He's only 10.
which
Wow.
it doesn't guarantee ว่าแบบ will he reach his ultimate goal of being a footballer or not but he chooses to do it now and I think even though one day เขาจะไม่ได้เป็นนักฟุตบอล but he's learning something he's
Yeah.
ได้อะไรแน่นอนใน
this is a
process
big
นี้
gain in
Yeah.
the process you know
For sure, yeah.
so determination is
the word for him
for
yeah.
him yeah.
agree
I think he's destined for greatness for sure. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about that but, but he's destined for something
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever he chooses
Yeah.
I agree. So for the second one,
second one
Nira
only daughter Nira is but the boss
the boss. Wow, he runs the house.
she runs
She runs
the
the
house
house?
yeah
Wow. Okay. All right.
boss sounds good right
Yeah.
if I say bossy
Okay.
then it becomes negative
So is she more like a girl boss or bossy?
both
Both. Okay.
sometimes
She's
boss. She's 9
so I think she's trying to find the line between boss and
bossy sometimes she's bossy but sometimes she's boss
but yeah she's really she has lots of friends very lovable person leadership skills
leadership
very high.
skill yeah
She also plays football she's mean on the field like
Yeah.
and then
but she's the middle child ที่ both her brother are scared of her she knows like
she knows
everyone
how to deal
knows
with them
she
Yeah.
knows how to deal with them
Wow.
everyone knows ว่าถ้าเถียงในล่าอย่างเงี้ยยอมแพ้ไปก่อนดีกว่า she always have เหตุผลซึ่ง everyone says มันข้อ
yeah
and we're trying to tell her that sometimes อันเนี้ย okay you're having a very good leadership and then I'm calling it a boss but sometimes it's too bossy ก็พยายามจะแบบ
hone เขา
ให้เขา use strength เขาให้ถูก
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. And how about Aden?
Aden
Yeah.
Aden is like
man.
he's a rare item
rare item
yeah to me rare มาก
okay how
secret เหรอ
ซีตัว secret
เป็นตัว secret เป็นตัว secret
ตากล่องสุ่มมาเขาก็คือตัว secret
secret
จริง
okay so he's very special
yeah he has
Yeah.
like แบบ moments of like ฮะเหรอลูกพูดอะไร yeah he has that จังหวะ but I'd call him like
You know, it's weird for Aden. He fights. He's like this little fighting machine. Will not give up. But at the same time, he's so chill and relaxed. Not like Kirin. Kirin is like prone to be stressed out and determined. Aden, he gives the same amount of fight with everything, but he's like, okay.
like he's lighter
He's a lot lighter. He's chill. He
Yeah.
laughs. But at the same time, he has moments like,
I'm gonna get you
I mean, all of them have that moment. But Aden is just like light. He'll find funny in seriousness. No?
yeah
จะประมาณนี้ไหม
อุ้ยแต่ถ้าพูดมาเมื่อกี้คือคิรินนี่คือแบบไปทางเธอเลยนะ แล้วไนล่าคือตรงกลางจริงๆอะแล้วเอเดนคือมาฝั่ง
like great spectrums that
ใช่
they're on as siblings
สเปิร์มของผมมันเริ่มอ่อนลงเรื่อย
oh okay
ๆ the swimmers went on the first one. Yeah.
is that correct biology I don't know but that does explain the siblings so well okay let's come back to you two you've been together for a long time now so one thing that you try to change about each other but still not succeeded
I
Change is such a strong word.
yeah I know
and
but
never ด้วยนะ I think as a couple we grew from a different like environment way of parenting and it's normal for us to have conflicts in some stuff differences in some stuff when we like มาเป็น family อะไรอย่างเงี้ย but I think minor changes such as ยกตัวอย่างhe always บ่นมีเรื่อง I put on makeup right and then I บางทีติดขนตา and I แบบดึงขนตาออก and I stick it everywhere just แบบคิดเอาไว้ว่าโอเคเดี๋ยวได้ใช้ and he doesn't like that because he's like เหมือนชอบแบบ everything
it's
แบบ
everywhere.
in order yeah okay that stuff minor
Or like you know like when the makeup remover you got to use the cotton pads
right
and the trash can is right there. But she'll put it on the table. Like, yo, it's literally right there. Just put it in. It'sอะไรอย่างเงี้ย Or like her makeup bag. It's the messiest thing you've ever seen. It's the messiest thing you've ever seen.
so you're a little messier than
Yeah.
A lot messier.
a lot messier
So
Okay.
like I've told her it didn't work out. So put matters in my own hands. ก็ทำกระเป๋าแต่งหน้าให้ใหม่ ซื้อใหม่แล้วทำจัดให้เลย
แต่ขนตาเต็งกับเรื่อง cotton pad
ก็ change
แบบ
they're like minor
changes
micro changes but
Right.
the actual changes I think our two biggest differences are like I'm an extrovert and she would be more on the introvert side and we never bother each other with that like
Okay.
you just introvert ก็ introvert ไป
just you do you
You do you, I
Yeah.
do me. You know, if I want to go around talk to a million people, then you know it's my business.
His source of energy is talking to people. My source of energy is staying to myself, and we learn to adapt to it. คือ he doesn't
Require her to be an extrovert like me.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense.
I mean when he's in a conversation and I feel like okay I think I need to fade away
Yeah.
and I walk out he never แบบทำไมไม่อยู่ตรงนั้นน่ะ ทำไมไม่ฟังอ่ะเดินหนีทำไมอะไรเงี้ย he understands like okay we have different sources
That's the nature
yeah to answer your question is minor changes we always do have minor changes all the time like แบบ daily บ้างอะไร weekly บ้างแล้วบางทีเห็นอะไรก็บอกอะไรเงี้ย minor changes but major changes I think it's a bit too hard to change someone ถ้าเกิดมันเป็น major สำหรับหนูแล้วแบบเขาพยายามเปลี่ยน major หนูก็อาจ
เนี่ยแบ
จะ
บ
ยาก
แต่งตัวอย่างเงี้ย but I don't like dressing up
Yeah
I only have like jeans and white t-shirts or black t-shirts
Yeah
ก็
Oh I so get you bro
yeah but like with all this is like got minor changes ที่แบบ hey come on try this out do this and let's do that
okay
yeah that's fine
minor changes
That's great okay can you give me one item that your family always packs wherever you go
wherever
oh my god okay you go first I know exactly แบบมันรู้เลย
เกมไทยใจ
อะไรอ่ะ
พี่กายเหรอ wherever I go domestically internationally
ที่ไหนก็ได้
ที่ไหนก็ได้
what do you pack
พาราเซตามอล
ยาแก้ปวดเหรอ
Really
yeah
ยาแก้แพ้
ยาแก้แพ้ยาแก้ปวด
Okay
it's the two things I always have in my bag
Right
ยาแก้ปวดยาแก้แพ้
because other than that เราไม่ค่อยกินยาอะไรแล้ว like even the kids were like we don't get sick แต่ว่า occasionally สมมติแบบ we have a little fever or whatever even COVID ก็แบบลูกพาราครึ่งเม็ดอ้าปาก
so painkillers that's what you pack
yeah
and something for allergy
yeah something for allergy and
because we travel a lot
yeah
right
so we เราไปเจอแบบอากาศเปลี่ยนเยอะ
yeah สำหรับหนูว่า we always pack เสื้อเน่าๆกางเกงสบายๆ that's
เสื้อหนาว
เน่านะคะ ไม่ใช่เสื้อหนาวนะคะ เสื้อเน่า
Yeah.
like all the ผ้าที่เราใส่สบายกางเกงแบบสบายๆอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah.
because
like the PJ style like ชุดนอน
rags
okay right just for
lifestyle
comfort
for comfort yeah เพราะ lifestyle เราส่วนมากก็จะแบบ very adventurous
yeah
so แบบเสื้อผ้าบางทีแบบส่วนมากมันก็จะอึดอัดนิดหน่อยอะไรเงี้ย so we have กางเกงเอวยางยืด เสื้อหนาเสื้อบาง
sweatpants
เน่า
yeah always comfort over fashion kind of family
yeah
95%
95%
Yeah.
Okay all right one question your kids asked that you weren't ready for
you know what can I twist that question a little bit
sure
about a week ago 2 weeks ago
เรื่องไหนอะ
Aden asked us a question we answered we were ready to answer but I don't think he was ready for the answer
okay Ooh, this is even better okay what was it
he asked ว่าลูกออกมาจากตรงไหนเด็ก
yeah
okay now this is interesting
how do you give birth like where does the baby come out from
okay
and
yeah he
oh this is who Aden right okay
the youngest one
yeah the rare item one
the
Yeah, the
rare
rare
item
item.
secret
secret one
yeah
and who gave the answer
you know I said มันก็มี2แบบ C section ค่ะ and the other way
the natural way
the natural way guess I said guess like
Okay.
ข้างไหนอ่ะข้างไหน and I was like okay จิมิอีโมลูกออกมานะคะอีโม and I was like บ้า
มั่วแล้ว
พูดไปเรื่อยนะ Yeah.
oh he didn't buy it at all
no he didn't buy it at all
because we always make jokes sometimes in our family we always make jokes แบบแกล้ง
Yeah.
กันบ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
50% of what they ask is what we answer มันคือแบบกวนๆ
yeah
Okay.
yeah
So like
so
he's
he
like
thought we were like
no way
no way
no
no
it cannot อะไรอย่างเงี้ย and then he came up to the front of the car and then he's like Dad Mom said kids come out of the
vagina
yeah and I was like yeah they do and he's like what no even at the hospital I was like yeah, well, you can cut it out like mom did, or you can naturally. And he's like, no. I was like, where do you think they come out from then? And he's like, damn.
จริง
there's nowhere else. So, yeah, it must be it.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny. But we don't.
Wow.
They never asked us anything that we weren't prepared to answer because
okay.
we always have questions and we talk to each other all the time.
Usually not questions. Usually what surprises us are not questions. Are like stuff they put and we're like, wow, you know this stuff long. Usually it's like that. They tell us stories about this and that and we're like, ooh, at your age you know this stuff.
And then like we kind of try to prepare ourselves for questions like, you know,
Yeah.
things that
Like hard to answer questions.
Yeah.
Or like awkward kind of questions. But then we always tell each other that, you know, just be truthful. They're gonna know one way or the other.
Don't make stuff up. Just
No,
Yeah.
be
truthful.
Yeah,
be straight
we
with them.
collected you from the trash อย่างเงี้ย แบบใช่ไหมคือตอนเด็กๆเคยได้ยินว่า
Yeah.
อ๋อก็ลูกไง เก็บมาจากข้างๆถังขยะใส่
กระบอกไม้ไผ่
กระบอกไม้ไผ่แบบหรอวะไม่ make sense ก็เลยแบบ
we prepared to answer them questions in the future about like
You
when
know.
they grow up แน่นอน yeah because trying to find the best way แต่ไม่รู้ว่ามันจะ work ไหมนะคะ
Yeah.
about their body parts about how like they grow up เนี่ยเป็นต้องมีแฟน
Right.
and stuff yeah
because the time has changed, right? So if you lie to them, they're gonna find out so soon from all the social media or from YouTube, from the internet or whatever, right?
Well, time has changed, but I don't think anything has changed. When we were younger, even you, our parents would make up stuff to tell us.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, did you know? You did. I did. I think everyone did. So I think we're just trying to use information and technology as an excuse.
ว่าแบบตอนนี้ต้องพูดความจริงแล้วนะเพราะเดี๋ยวเขารู้อะไร
จริงๆเราควรพูดความจริง
ๆเราควร
ตั้งแต่
พูด
ไหน
ความจริง
แต่
ตั้ง
ไร
แต่ไหน
แล้ว
แต่ไร yeah
Yeah. So speaking of time being changed, is there anything that you learned from your own parents that you think it's still very usable and still applicable nowadays and in the future that you want to pass on to your kids as well?
My parents are very especially my mom she's very concerned about grades ต้องเรียนดีนะลูกต้องเกรดดีต้องนู่นแบบ3จุดขึ้นไปเทอมที่แล้ว 3.8 เทอมนี้ต้องไม่ต่ำกว่า 3.8 at least 3.8 something like that which it's stresses me out because in some subjects I don't excel at all but yeah อันนั้นเป็นบทเรียนที่หนูรู้สึกว่าโอเค I will not ให้ความสำคัญกับ grades ขนาดนั้น with my kids but the good side of it คือ my mom always she's always there to help me with school studies reading and stuff like that I will take the good part of my mom and learn from what I don't like so that I don't do that to my kids too there's good and bad sides of being like a mom like that but yeah I think that's something I learned from my mom's parenting side นะ
Yeah. Wow, that's great. And you?
For me, I think try to be there as much as possible. My mom's parenting and my dad's parenting are extremely different. My dad is like the working type, the funding type. He's never really around because he was like, working. I went to expensive schools, things like that. So I never really see him at school events, sports,
graduation
He didn't even like come to my graduation. So like I got that part from him. But on my mom's side, she's like, she's the partying type.
living life นะ
Yeah, she's like living life. Like, don't worry about money, man. You have 1,000 just use 990 baht. Just like use it all, man. You don't
Very
know.
different philosophy.
Yeah, like you don't know when you're going. You know.
YOLO.
Yeah. So
YOLO
you
before it was
only
cool.
live once. But she was always there with my sports event, with everything. But so what I got was like, I need a little bit of both from both my parents. I try to be there if I'm available for all my kids' events. But then at the same time, realistically, we still have to work. Like today, I
There's-
wanted to go to the assembly
Assembly.
thing this morning. They were gonna announce the winning house, things like that.
Okay.
And then, I told the kids like, dad and mom can't make it tomorrow because we have to be here.
thankfully แบบ they understand us
Yeah.
thankfully
But
they're kids
but usually we're always there.
I mean,
For
as
me-
long as you tell them what's up and there's no frustration on their side that
Yeah.
they don't get why moms and dads is not here. Yeah. Okay.
And I think communication is important.
Yeah.
If you communicate correctly and directly with your your spouse, your kids, or whatever, I think that resolves a lot of the problems. So we try to use communication as our main tool around the house, and it's worked really well.
yeah
And like especially like with grades, like
Yeah.
we tell them, go to school, have fun at school. If you have fun, you're gonna learn something. Luckily, the school that the kids go to, they don't put stress on grades either. We don't either. We don't think that having good grades equals
to,
to
like
good student, or good student needs to have good grades.
yeah good
Sometimes-
grades equal successful อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah,
ห
they
นูว่า
might
สมการนั้นมันอาจจะไม่ค่อยเวิร์ก
irrelevant.
สำหรับบ้านหนูนะคะสำหรับบ้านอื่นอาจจะอีกแบบหนึง
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about the Gen Alpha. That's
Gen Alpha.
what your kids are.
ตอนนี้
The
มันไป
new-
ถึงเจนอะไรแล้วนะคะ
ยัง Alpha อยู่
เร็วมากเลยนะคะ
Yeah.
แล้ว
Kids
Gen
born
อะไร?
today
What's us?
up until like 15, a 15-year-old. Yeah.
still Gen Alpha
They are defined as Gen Alpha.
what's the next gen ยังไม่
Beta,
มี
I guess.
beta
Beta.
Yeah, but they-
Alpha, beta.
They haven't born yet. I think haven't been born yet.
okay
Yeah.
what
So what they like and how are they different from the previous generations?
I heard a lot of people saying like เด็กยุคนี้นะความอดทนไม่ค่อยมี that's the I always hear that yeah
รออะไรไม่ได้
รออะไรไม่ค่อยได้ไม่มีความอดทนแบบอะไรอย่างเงี้ย but I don't know if that's true because I see a lot of เด็ก Gen นี้ which มีความอดทนสูงมาก
In general,
In
I think that the access to knowledge is so much
more
wider.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think man is so beneficial for these kids.
and they have a lot more opportunity
And tools.
Yeah.
so maybe that's why เขาถึงคนถึงบอกว่าเขามีความอดทนน้อยจริงๆเขาอาจจะมีความอดทนเหมือนเดิม but there's opportunities ให้เลือกเยอะขึ้น yeah maybe I don't know นะคะ
Yeah.
just a guess
But I agree because I can see that if we have a lot of opportunities and we don't know yet what's right for us,
Yeah, we
maybe we
see-
keep trying and
Yeah.
keep seeing what's out there.
there's a lot more options than Gen แบบพวกหนู
Yes.
อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
And
Right.
the possibility of jobs is like so much wider. There's like jobs that we haven't even heard of before.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Like before it was what? Engineering,
Yeah.
doctor,
Teacher,
Teacher.
doctor.
I can't be
That's
any
it.
of those.
Yeah.
Like I cannot. Like when my dad was like, "What do you want to be?" Oh, in Dala, pa. It's like what? Like on Dala. What? How much money are you gonna make, man? I was like, I don't know. But now it's like gaming. Who would have thought?
I know
billionaires.
That's so
Right.
cool เนาะ gaming อ่ะ
right
Right?
yeah
And it's an actual job. YouTuber,
yeah
actual job,
right
you know. And still, you still have the traditional jobs that was there hundreds of years ago. ก็ยังมีอยู่
But I'm glad ที่แบบ a lot of people understand that there's no such job ที่มีศักดิ์ศรีมากกว่าบาง job
yeah
Yeah.
That's great.
That's one thing I learned แบบในช่วงเวลาที่ผ่านมา that people cherish and ให้คุณค่ากับแบบ every job มากขึ้น
And I think every job is important. Diversity is important.
yeah diversity is the key เนาะตรงเนี้ย
Before, like my dad, he would say, "Oh, you gotta be an entrepreneur, you know, businessman. This is how you're gonna succeed. This is how you're gonna be rich." And I've always thought that, you know, throughout my life growing up. And then he failed terribly once during my growing up years. And then I realized that nothing is for certain. There are successful entrepreneurs and there are unsuccessful entrepreneurs. At the same time, you can't say that artists, oh, they don't make money, they only paint. There are tons of artists way richer than you, man. So every job has their own way of making money and every job is important. มันไม่มีอะไร
no
ที่
such
แบบ
thing as like อาชีพที่ดีที่สุด the best แบบ job so you แบบเป็นอันนี้ you will definitely succeed there's no such thing
No.
yeah
No such
like you find your own path and you are a success in your own way
Yeah.
I think that's the best news
and your success and my success it's a different whole
Yeah.
different definition of success นะจริงๆนะ
Okay, now I want to talk to you about one undeniable beneficial skills, which is the language. So if you know more than one language or two or three even at this day and age, you can very potentially go farther than a lot of people. And especially for kids who grew up having an English speaking parent or parents, they're kind of expected to live in an English speaking house. Like a lot of kids that we see on YouTube or anywhere. So is your house like that too? Like you try to speak English with your kids because your English is very fluent, and do you expect them to have this like ability to be great at a second language or a third language from very young age?
Our house we communicate bilingual
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's say Thailand. Thai and
Yeah.
English.
It was Thai purely before.
Okay.
And this was a choice. In the very early years of their life, we wanted them to speak Thai, understand Thai, communicate in Thai. But then we did
Because
realize...
they live in Thai, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They live in Thailand.
Yeah. Thai context, right? Thai social,
Yeah, Thai
right?
social.
But then we do see the importance of multi-language or being bilingual because, I don't know, at least I believe that the power of communication, especially in a central language, is very important.
We chose English to be our second language for the kids.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
มัน universal
ไม่ใช่
language ที่สุดแล้วนะคะ หมายถึงว่าแบบ yeah
เพราะเราก็พูดได้
ภาษาอะไรบ้าง
Yeah.
ต่างจากนี้คือไม่ได้แล้วล่ะ
ใช่ก็แบบ
อีเออร์ซองเซอร์ได้คือแค่สี่ท่า
uno dos tres cuatro cinco seis
Or any Japanese from your side?
no ไม่ค่อยได้เลยค่ะ
No,
unless
okay.
I'm drunk
Oh,
เมา
I want to
พูด
see
ได้เลย
that.
ค่ะตอนนี้ไม่เมาพูดไม่ได้
Fluent ขึ้นมาเลย
fluent อยู่ญี่ปุ่นแบบต้องแบบพี่กายสั่งอาหารให้หน่อยสิ I was like what you're half Japanese
Yeah.
พี่กายหนูพูดไม่ได้หรอกญี่ปุ่นอ่ะหนูคืนเขาหมดแล้ว
เอาสาเกสักจอกหนึง
ไม่ไฮบอลสัก3 แก้วมาเลยปั๊บโอ้โห อะไรให้เราตั้งสั่งตั้งนาน
พ่อเข้าสิงพ่อเข้าสิง
So it's Thai and English
Thai and
obviously
English, Thai
yeah
and English, yeah. And then there's no downside of knowing a second language that is English มันมีแต่เรื่องดีๆของการที่ได้ภาษาอังกฤษเพิ่มขึ้นเป็น second language and it's a language where wherever you go mostly people from different other countries they
can
can
communicate
communicate in English หนูก็เลยคิดว่าเป็นสิ่งที่ลูกควรจะมีติดตัวไว้ The point is learning another language a second language a third language just if you don't use it you will forget it like หนูก็คืนภาษาอังกฤษไปเยอะมาก because I don't get a chance
don't
to
get to
use it
use it.
yeah
Me
yeah,
also.
yeah.
I grew up in America and it's not like on the tips of my tongues anymore.
right
Like, I mean, I still think
of vocabs
vocab คิดไป
Yeah.
วนไปวนมานะ แต่ว่าแบบสมัยก่อนกายพูดภาษาไทยไม่ค่อยได้ แต่ตอนเนี้ยกลายเป็นว่าภาษาไทยพูดง่ายกว่าภาษาอังกฤษ
because the environment that you're in
Yeah. But learning a second language a third language หรือ English หนูว่ามันมีpart มันไม่ใช่แค่ learning มันคือแบ่งออกมาเป็น speaking skill listening skill reading skill writing skill there's a lot of tools เดี๋ยวนี้ที่สอนให้ลูกเรียนภาษาอังกฤษได้ อย่างสมัยก่อนที่ลูกไปโรงเรียนไทย ก็จะได้ภาษาอังกฤษ from dad from mom and from learning it on the
at
YouTube
school yeah
YouTube
on YouTube
yeah they watch cartoons
right
and we love เปิดการ์ตูนให้ลูกดู because expressional แบบ their facial expression มันเยอะมาก in cartoons อะแบบ sad หน้าออก sad
you can mute you can mute the sound and understand
Right.
the cartoon
Right.
because the expressions are so big
that's the first way of learning English for them at home
Yeah.
we open like cartoons for them in English even though they don't understand the vocabs of it but the facial expression of the cartoon tells them อ๋อเขาพยายาม communicate อะไร
they learn from context
Yeah.
and they practice their listening skill at
that's
least
listening skill
yeah
but the
the problem with that is that is one-way communication
yeah
like
you just listen
you're
Just
only
there, listen.
listening
yeah
you're not literally having a two-way conversation
and that's not the real world situation
No.
you
No,
want
no,
your
no.
kid to be able to talk back
exactly
right
like
right.
I can listen to Japanese but I can't speak that's มันเป็น skill แบบเราขาดอ่ะ เพราะฉะนั้นเราต้องได้ใช้อ่ะ
yeah yeah
so you watching cartoons is one way of learning but you get to only study all the listening skill not speaking it's only one way
Okay.
so we try to find like two ways communication อย่างลูกเราอาจจะโชคดีเพราะว่าพ่อพูดภาษาอังกฤษได้อะไรเงี้ย but there's some parents some families where they don't speak English but they want their kids to speak English so there's a lot more แบบ
ก็ต้องหา
tools เยอะแยะเดี๋ยวนี้ก็มีแบบ application
oh
ที่
the app yes of course
application ที่แบบสอนให้เด็กๆได้เรียนรู้ แล้วก็เรียนรู้ผ่านการได้ทำจริง ไม่ใช่แค่ฟัง one way มันคือการโต้ตอบกัน มันก็ฝึก speaking skill ด้วย which I think is great
so what do you guys use
there's this thing you know it's called 5-1 talk
yeah we've known and heard of 5-1 talk so it's a great application and platform for kids like
พี่บิ๊ก
from 3 to 15
yeah
พี่บิ๊กรู้ไหมคะว่า 5-1 talk ย่อมาจากอะไร
มาจากอะไร
ไม่ใช่ย่อมาย่อมาจากอะไร
มันย่อมาจากอะไร
มาจากอะไร
หนู
five คือ five continents
oh 5 continents
one language
5-1
that's so cool
Yeah.
เนอะ
Okay.
5 continent one language
And then
ห้า
talk
ทวีป
We
พูด
talk
หนึ่งภาษา
ใช่ communicate กันด้วยภาษานี้
Which-
คือแจ๋วมากเลยอะ
which is correct ด้วยนะ because like up until today English is still the universal language ที่สุดแล้วอะ
Yeah.
อยู่จะไปที่ไหนมันก็ยัง if you don't know a language English will get you to the
Somewhere.
place
practically
Somewhere.
anywhere on
Yeah.
all 5 continents
exactly
Yeah.
yeah.
and then thing that Haru just said is not just a one-way communication
Yeah, it's a two-way
it's two-way and that's the most
communication.
important thing
because in the application we get to speak with
like a foreign teacher.
foreign teacher
So they get to speak with us while we
Yeah.
speak with them. So it creates that two-way communication.
Also one-on-one. So
One-on-one.
It's a one-on-one.
laser focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one-on-one.
And I think what's important about this is that, all the teachers, I will call them teachers that come teach in the 5-1 talk, they don't just have like a teaching degree, but they go through this training, like this kid psychology training
for 100 hours นะ
for at least 100 hours.
at least 100 hours before they จะได้มาสอนเด็ก
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's very important because teaching kids, especially online, you need to understand the background of how to teach.
Right.
ไม่ใช่แค่สอนอย่างเดียวมันต้องมีวิธีการสอน to engage kids with games
Yeah.
to แบบ guess ว่าแบบ โอเค ตอนนี้ concentration ไปแล้วนะ how do I attract your attention
Engage
back
ยังไง
yeah
How do you make it fun?
and in the application it's fun based with games with giving stickers with
Points.
point with แบบ game base ที่ทำให้เด็กได้เรียนรู้โดยที่แบบเขา have fun อะแล้วมันไม่เครียดอะ the best way of learning of เอาข้อมูลเข้าไปข้างในสมองเขานะ even though เราด้วยคือถ้าเรามีความสุขเราสนุกกับมันข้อมูลมันจะเข้าไปง่ายมากเลย
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn most when you're having fun.
yeah
Right. Right.
And
that's why we always tell our kids like go to school have fun
Yeah.
have fun have fun
and then you learn something.
Yeah.
exactly. And it's only what, 25 minutes? Right?
25
Yeah.
yeah
I like that too because it's not too long. So it's like it's over before you get bored.
and there's
Exactly. Like a standardized testing to see where your
Yeah.
kids are at. There's like AI technology about pronunciations, and, things like that.
Yeah.
Like this is where the good part of technology comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there, and we can see like how our kids are doing because they have like a video capture เก็บมาให้
Yeah.
You don't even need to be with them if you
Yeah.
can't, but you can just check back
Yeah.
by like watching all this playback that they
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah.
See all the good stuff technologies
With
ทำ
technology.
เยอะ
Yeah.
No.
We didn't have any of this stuff
No.
back then.
สมัยก่อนอยากเรียนภาษาอังกฤษเหรอคะอยากเรียนภาษาอื่นแล้วต้องแม่โทรมาแล้วให้มาที่บ้าน เดี๋ยวนี้คือง่ายมาก
ใช่
แล้วดีมาก
หรือว่าไปนั่งเรียนบอกว่านั่งดู
ไป
วิดีโอ ซึ่ง
ซึ่
so
งแบบ
one way มาก
One way.
Yeah.
แล้วเราจะ
แล้วเราจะไปที่ฝรั่งเรียนก็แพงไง I've met this taxi driver amazing guy when I was like younger and then the guy spoke English with me like legit English with vocabs that SAT vocabs
Wow.
and I asked him how he's like he drives like 14 hours a day. He'll just listen. He'll just listen and then he'll learn whenever he doesn't have any customers. And when he picks up a foreigner, he'll try to use that as an advantage and try to speak with them in English. And I'm like, oh my God. อันนี้คือแบบ before ต้องทำแบบนั้นอะ But now it's like one click away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the age of 3 to
15.
10 to 15 is prime time for a kid to แบบ learn
Yeah.
a
Pick up a
second
language.
third fourth language because they
Yeah.
pick up easy during that age
We can't even pick up the same language.
yeah
True. Yeah. So start them off early,
Early,
and then
yeah.
let them have all these benefits from the technology
Yeah.
that they provided.
I would say the earlier the better. I mean,
Yeah.
truthfully, the earlier the better. อันนี้ไม่ต้องพูดถึง pronunciation นะหรือแบบ
สำเนียง
like accent เหรอ
accent
Yeah.
accent เราจะได้ยินว่าอุ๊ย accent ไม่ได้เลย For me accent is like less important because what is the actual true English accent you have one accent in America that's my accent you have a British accent Scottish Irish Australian they're all different but they're all native right
True.
so there's no this is the right accent. It just determines where you're from.
Yeah.
Why not have a Thai English accent? If you can communicate, then no problem.
Yeah.
It's more like the word accent now.
Yeah.
And after using the apps and learning one-on-one with all these foreign teachers, of course, they will have to go into the real world and actually use the language. So your three kids, when and how do they get to use English in the real world?
Oh.
Like, for example, when you do a lot of traveling, do they get to use the language that they learn from the apps?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
We see them have courage to use English in another country, not just in Thailand.
And
We
more
see, like,
courage in every trips we go on.
Yeah. We went to India. They went to speak English with like an Indian person. We went
Indonesia.
to Indonesia. We went to Japan.
Vietnam,
Vietnam.
China.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And
they go.
everywhere they have like an accent, a way of talking, but they don't have perfect English, but they can communicate.
Yeah.
I think that's the key of it. They can communicate. They laugh. They enjoy jokes. Yeah.
That's efficient English.
Yeah.
In my mind
They
too.
can order food.
Yeah.
They can
Ask for help.
help.
Make friends.
Make
Even,
friends, yeah.
you know, finish tasks. So that's very, like,
More than enough. No?
way more than enough. And I think that this is, sufficient amount of any language that you need.
Yeah. So speaking of using English in the real world, do you know that 5-1 Talk is holding an English speech competition to find a Thai youth representative to give a speech, one of the world's biggest climate change conferences, COP30 in Brazil, right? So they've been doing this for over 5 years, since 2019, to showcase the talents of Thai youth. So it's a great way of set goals for English using and English learning too. So the question is, if all of your three kids get to go and give a speech on the world stage, like COP30,
Okay.
what topic do you think each of your kids will talk about?
Okay. First of all ต้องตัดเรื่อง climate change.
No, actually, you don't know. Our kids know a lot about climate change.
Do they?
แต่แบบ
Yeah.
ขึ้นไปบนเวที
Plus they do it at school.
Okay.
They know like renewable energy.
Wow, okay. I don't even know about
They
that.
know the school has like
windmill
a
แบบ
lot
all
of solar panels,
solar panels,
things like that. So they know about
solar.
that. And then they
Okay.
talk to all the technicians too.
Yeah,
Because
they do,
the
they do.
school takes them to the solar plant inside the school.
Wow.
And they learn about the solar plant in the
okay.
school and
Yeah.
things like that. And
But-
windmills,
Yeah.
water
Yeah,
mills,
watermills,
yeah, hydro.
But if
But they're not gonna talk about
they're
that
not
for sure.
sure.
Okay, if they are free to choose their own topic to talk about.
I think they will be confident talking about the way traveling,
Yeah.
their
okay.
traveling experience maybe, because they get to see different cultures by
First-hand
First-hand
experience.
They've lived it,
experience.
right?
Yeah.
They've done it before.
They might be confident talking about that topic.
I think
Okay.
I think
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that would be my guess also because the activities that we do usually just it revolves around traveling. And we go to places that many people go to. But then we also go to many places that no one goes to.
Right.
So like
They might enjoy telling people about the culture, different cultures they see in different countries.
Food.
Different food they taste, maybe.
Yeah, things like that. And then how traveling has helped them grow. But I mean, I wouldn't put my money on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, not anytime soon ที่ลูกเราจะได้ขึ้นเวทีแบบนั้นแน่นอน อาจจะเริ่มต้นที่เวทีหน้าปากซอยบ้านเราก่อน
อาจจะแบบ bodybuilding เวทีอะไรอย่างเงี้ย yeah
But I mean ถ้าบ้านไหนคือมีลูกที่แบบมี
ควรส่งเสริมมาก
ที่มี talent หรือไม่อย่าเรียกว่า talent เลยที่มีความชอบความสนใจแล้วแบบมี potential ที่จะสามารถขึ้นไปตรงนั้นได้หนูว่าเป็นอันที่น่าสนับสนุนนะคะน่าส
แล้ว
นับ
เห
ส
มือน
นุ
กับ
นให้ขึ้นไป
ทางประเทศไทยเองเนี่ยก็กำลังหา representative ใช่ไหม
ใช่ใช่
Therefore, if anyone is interested in this topic, is brave enough to use English, want to experience traveling around the world, meeting many people, this is such a great opportunity. Yeah.
I agree. And if you want to see what it looks like, you can just go on YouTube and search for 51 Talk, and then you can go and see all the clips of these like young kids. And they're so confident and they're so admirable when they, step up and talk about what they're passionate about. I think that's
Very
a
brave
great
นะคะ
way of setting goals of learning English. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So maybe you can be a part of that too.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future,
my kids
yeah, your
our
kids, all of the 3 kids can be a part of this competition as well.
Yeah.
รู้ตัวอีกทีแบบเป็น global citizen UN พูด
The global citizens, that's a great goal to aim to, right? You can get to be a part of the bigger world.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, now let's come back and talk about you guys,
Okay.
parent issue. There's a lot of saying, they said when you become a parent, you'll get a lot of unsolicited advice.
Okay.
Or maybe a lot of them are great advice, but there's a lot of controversial topics that I want to ask your opinions about. All right. So first of all,
ไม่อยากให้ลูกลำบาก
do you agree with this? Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
10. So you do not want your kids to have a hard life as well?
For sure. But the actions to that may be different from other people.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think the heart of raising a kid is not to solve every problem in their lives. The heart of it. The heart and the hard part too. เพราะว่า as a parent we always want to solve every kid's problem because we don't want to see them struggle. But I believe kids have to make mistake and pay their consequences. หนูว่าเขาต้องลำบากก่อนเพื่อที่ว่าอนาคตเขาจะเข้าใจว่าเนี่ยมันเป็นแบบนี้โตขึ้นไปจะลำบากน้อยลง we as a parents we don't want to see our kids ลำบาก that's for sure
100% อยู่แล้ว
100% เราอยากให้สบายเราอยากให้เขาสบายอะแต่ถ้าสบายตอนนี้อะเรา struggle ตอนหน้า หนูว่าหนักกว่านะ
Yeah.
ยกตัวอย่างให้ฟังtying a shoelace kids struggle so much ตอนเด็กๆแบบผูกไม่ได้สักที as a parent เรารู้ว่ามันผูกแค่นี้เองมันเสร็จแล้วมันง่ายมันนี่มาเสียเวลานิดเดียวเลยนะคะเราผูกเชือกรองเท้าให้ลูกปุ๊บแล้วก็ไปแล้วเราได้ออกจากบ้าน but we know ว่าเราช่วยเขาได้ but เราจะลองให้เขาทำแล้วหงุดหงิดทำไม่ได้เพื่อที่วันหนึ่งเขาจะทำได้ไม่อย่างนั้นเราต้องผูกเชือกรองเท้าให้ลูกไปทั้งชีวิตนึกออกไหมคะเราต้องให้เขา learn from it ลำบากตอนนี้แต่การยกตัวอย่างผูกเชือกรองเท้าเป็นยกตัวอย่างอันเล็กๆจริงๆมันมี a lot of stuff ที่แบบลูกต้องเรียนรู้ from mistakes
And as parents, you have to be okay with watching your kids going through some of the hardship in order to teach themselves.
yeah
You need to be okay.
Yeah.
That's how they learn.
Yeah.
If you don't give them the opportunity to make mistakes and you solve every problem for them, they're going to continue to make those mistakes because they haven't even tried to solve the problem from the very beginning.
embrace failure นะหนูว่า embrace failure
You have to teach them that failure is okay because making mistakes is okay.
yeah because it's part of learning
Yeah.
แล้ววันลำบากตอนนี้แหละเดี๋ยวพอเขาทำได้ทำพลาดซ้ำๆthey will learn it and จะลำบากน้อยลงไม่ใช่ว่าไม่ลำบาก ทุกวันนี้พวกหนูก็ลำบากอยู่แต่ลำบากน้อยลง
yeah
yeah
and you know how to deal with it
yeah
how about this one
ลูกมีอะไรต้องบอกพ่อแม่ทุกเรื่อง
so you have to tell me everything because a lot of parents might think that if your kids don't tell you things or everything you're a bad parents because that would mean they don't trust you
แบบ
do you agree
barrier
yeah do you think so
no
no
and I don't think they should
okay
yeah I don't think they need to tell you everything and I don't think they should tell you everything
yeah
but do you want to know everything
No.
that's going on no
No.
okay
I think there are some things that we're not supposed to know
there are some things they have to like keep it as a secret
and then try to understand and fix it by themselves yeah
เนี่ย lately our kids they have secrets ที่ siblings เก็บกันเอง
okay
yeah แล้วเราก็รู้เพราะว่า
you know there's a secret going on
Yeah.
amongst siblings but
Among
you
siblings.
are not probing and trying
we know because the little one Aden like เรื่องนั้นไง
แต่เขาไม่พูดนะ
เรื่องนั้นไงในล่า
They're talking in codes and-
แล้วใน
Yeah,
ล่า
okay.
ก็บอกว่าเอเดนสัญญาเราจะไม่บอกก็ไม่ได้บอกไง and we're right there เราก็สามารถขยันขยอแล้ว tell me what's that what's that
But you didn't do that.
yeah we think that it's a sibling secret
they need that
And you honor
special
that.
yeah
Yeah.
they need that special
yeah like space and trust
space
right
yeah they need that special space ที่เขาแบบ this is my personal safe zone my sibling safe zone my family safe zone so we have to honor that.
but they still have to I ไม่ต้องบอกsecrets ทุกอย่าง but คงต้องบอกมากกว่าไม่บอก
ใช่
สำหรับหนูนะคะอาจจะต้องหมายถึง we want our kids to tell us more
as much as
possible
okay
Yeah. And the only way that they will tell you things is that if you don't make a big deal out of it. I don't know.
I agree.
Like,
yeah that's true
if they choose to tell you something and you make a big deal out of it,
ค่ะข้างใน
forget about it. Next time
They're
they're
not
not going to
coming
say
back.
anything.
maybe ข้างในเราอาจจะ what
But we got to be like, yeah. Okay.
Chill.
And then, let's go back to our room.
Did it ever happen like your kids tell you something that you like whoa TMI you just keep that to yourself I didn't want to know
they didn't tell us but we found out from their phone ไม่ได้แอบดูนะคะ
Okay.
มันเป็นเหมือนthey have their own phone they take the photos and once in a while เราจะเข้ามา monitor
okay.
เขาจะรู้อยู่ว่าเราเข้ามา monitor
Okay.
บ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้ว
so this is an agreement that you have that I'll be checking up on what you do.
it's not like an agreement but they know because we don't check เราไม่ได้แอบเช็ค
okay
when they're there มันเนี่ยขอดูรูปหน่อยสิ
okay
แบบไม่ได้แบบอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
and if they said no
fine
okay
Fine.
right, okay
แล้ววันนั้นอ่ะ they're there their phone is there and I say ได้ขอดูรูปหน่อยอะไรอย่างเงี้ย and we scroll down เนาะพี่กาย scroll down photos ก่อนแล้วพี่กายไปเปิดเห็นอะไรพี่กายเล่าให้พี่บิ๊กฟังอ่ะ
เปิดไปเห็นแบบถ่ายรูป
their personal part
personal parts
oh okay
and อันนี้ไม่ได้ทะลึ่งนะคะอันนี้เล่าให้ฟังเฉยๆเป็นรู
but
ป
there's an explanation to it that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna get to
okay
we were like I was like yo look at this the hell's this and then we decided to like
เราจับมือกันแล้วหายใจก่อน
calmly
set
we're
zero
we're
set zero ค่ะ
let's calmly ask him what is going on and then they explained like they wanted to see
Okay.
ก็แบบ
what was down there you know
ก็
they
เหมือน
can't
The part that they
เหมือน
cannot
Yeah.
see
don't have like
หนูก็
the
ถามลูก
visually
Yeah.
accessible
I
by
asked
you
by
know,
your
your
own
eyes.
eyes
So that you need a camera to see.
Exactly.
I asked them like ลูกขาทำไมมันมีรูปแบบทำไมมันมีรูปรูก้นของหนูลูก
Or is this even yours?
เนี่ยแล้วเขาก็เลยบอกว่าทำไมเหรอคะมัม
Oh, okay.
ทำไมเหรอคะมัมแค่นั้นเลยบอกว่าอ๋อมัมแค่อยากรู้ทำไมมันมีอ้าว
เฮ้ย
มัมเนล่าไม่เคยเห็นรูก้นตัวเองมัมเคยเห็นเหรอคะ
ก็แบบ
มัมอยากไนล่าอยากรู้ว่ามันหน้าตาเป็นยังไงไนล่าไม่เคยเห็นไนล่าก็เลยต้องถ่ายรูปมันเป็น like
ว่ะจริงว่ะเราก็ไม่เคยเห็น ผม
แต่ถ้า
คืนนั้นผมก็เลยกลับขึ้นไปบนห้อง แล้วผมก็ลองแบบเฮ้ยไหนลองดูสิไม่เห็นว่ะ
Okay,
ก็เลยเอากล้
so
องมาถ่าย
very understandable.
กดไลฟ์พอดีไม่ใช่ไม่ใช่ไม่ใช่ like
แต่ถ้าเป็นตุเป็นตาไปตั้งแต่แรกอะ the story might turn go on the wrong side เลยนะ
yeah and then what we can do is just like oh okay
Okay.
cool ได้ก็ไม่เคยคิดเลยว่าเราไม่เห็น but you know what like if you use your phone other people may see it too เขาแบบ what how it's like well see when you put it in the trash it's never in the trash like they can เอาออกมาเขาบอก oh really I was like yeah แล้วแบบ imagine you post it somewhere accidentally แล้วแบบ you จะรู้สึกยังไง
Yeah.
and she's like oh my god yeah true อะไร
tell
อ
them
ย่างเงี้ย
about private parts อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
yeah.
ก็ค่อยๆสอนไปเรื่อยๆอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
แล้ว so I think the right approach at least for us is like just calm แบบ take easy eat with everything อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah.
แล้ว and then they will you know
ก
start
ล้า
to
บอก
tell you things
Yeah.
like บางทีมันเป็น things
Because from what I heard, they're not thinking that this is like a big of a deal.
they don't think it's a deal at all
ไม่หรอก
Right.
มันแค่เราคิดเพราะว่าสมองเราเป็นคนอย่างนั้นไง
yeah we're dirty people
we're dirty people because we see pictures like
Yeah, no?
wow
แล้วเราก็เป็นห่วงแทนเขาเนาะ
ใช่
ว่าแบบ What if it gets out there?
yeah
Okay.
ก็
All
แบบ
right.
ก็แบบ like in our minds you know have you
Right.
seen those posts
what post
you know like those pictures that what do you see first
yeah.
and you always see the dirty side first
Yeah.
that's our brain so
Yeah.
irrelevant to kids so you got to understand that before you talk to them set zero
Right. Okay. Oh, good.
did we answer your question
Oh, yes.
มันไปเรื่อยแล้วตอน
Oh,
นี้
yes. You just did. Wow. I had so much fun talking to you guys, and I cannot wait to go back to your channel and enjoy even more adventures. นั่นคือสิ่งที่แบบบ้านนี้เขาแบบพาเราไปนะ Adventurous family, and it's always fun with all you guys. So thank you so much for coming here. But before I'll let you guys go,
ค่ะ
back to your kids. Can you give us one word each like คำนี้ดีของฮารุกับกายคือคำว่าอะไรครับ in Thai in English
ถ้าภาษาไทยอ่ะหนูชอบคำว่าเกรงใจที่สุด
เกรงใจ
ใช่หนูรู้สึกว่าคำว่าเกรงใจมันแปลออกมาเป็นภาษาอื่นไม่ได้เลย คือเราจะพูดว่าเกรงใจภาษาอังกฤษแบบ how do you tell a ฝรั่ง the word เกรงใจ how do you define it in one word
Yeah,
It's
there's no
so-
equivalent,
no
yeah.
no เกรงใจ is a thing like very Thai
very Thai
very Thai and I like it it shows how คนไทย is จริงๆ yeah to me นะคะ
ภาษาไทยหนึ่งคำของกายมีไหมครับ
โอ้โห
หรือแบ่งกันคนละคำไทยจากฮารุอังกฤษจากกายก็ได้นะครับ
resilience
resilience
yeah
Okay.
resilience is a very good word
no it's hard to
คำที่เรา
achieve
แบบ
มันไม่ง่ายนะ
เป็นคำที่เราพยายามเอามาเป็น vocab ในการเลี้ยงลูกเลยคำว่า resilience นอกจากเป็น vocab resilience ที่เอาไว้เป็น core ในการเลี้ยงลูกก็เป็น เป็นคำที่เราเอาไว้ใช้ในชีวิตประจำวันด้วย resilience the ability to แบบ bounce back in times when you แบบ have difficulties หนูว่ามันเป็นคำที่ดีมากเพราะว่า our life มันเป็น roller coaster อะมันขึ้น up and down มันแบบเดี๋ยวมันดีเดี๋ยวมันแย่อะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันไม่มีขาขึ้นตลอดเดี๋ยวมันก็ลงอย่างเงี้ย but the ability ที่จะ resilience ขึ้นให้ตัวเองขึ้นมาเพราะเรารู้ว่าเดี๋ยวเราจะ happy ได้หนูว่าอันนั้นน่ะ
อยู่กับมันให้ได้
อยู่กับมันให้ได้
yeah ผมว่า it's very important to be able to do that
Yeah. And it's very hard and we're trying we're learning ก็succeed บ้างไม่บ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแบบ trying to work on it
one more thing that we try to revolve our lives around is the motto of like excel as individuals but also unite as a team we believe in individuality we don't want to change anyone we don't want to put a box over anyone or draw a line that this is you. You have to hone each individual until they find themselves and they become that best version of themselves with the right mindset.
Yeah, but in the same time, you have to unite
in the world
as a team.
As a team.
ประมาณนั้น
In the community.
มันก็เริ่มจากแบบ
No matter what
family
individual you are, no matter how excel you are as an individual.You have to be able to be a team player.
ใช่ใช่มันก็เริ่มจาก family ก่อนแล้วมันก็เป็น school community village แล้วมันก็เป็นประชากรของแบบโลกอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah, that's one thing I think too. You guys are great as a team and as family, and we have a lot of fun following you guys. And thank you so much for coming to คำที่ดีนะครับขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
We had a really good time.
นานๆทีจะได้พูดภาษาอังกฤษ
แล้ว
so proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too.
We're proud of you too.
Yeah, เพราะว่าแบบ it's actually takes courage for me to come แบบ speak in English.
You're doing so great today.
Thank you ค่ะ
Thank you.
Very good. And it's a very good show that you have.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
great.
I appreciate your show. And
Yeah.
I think the audience not only gets entertained, but they get a lot from just watching the show. So you're doing very
แล้วแบบ
good.
แจ๋ว
Oh, thank
มาก
you
เลย
so
นะคะ
much.
because you're not a native
I am not.
English
No.
speaker
No.
but you have ความกล้าในการมาทำรายการ that's great แบบจ
Yeah.
ริงๆอะแบบชื่นชม admire
เก่งมาก
ขอบคุณมากครับขอบคุณครับ
ไอยังไม่กล้าเป็นแบบพิธีกรอังกฤษเลย I'll be like
Oh my god
Thank you guys
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ